Okay, friends, so this is a throw that we're going to teach for our kids called O Soto Gari. O Soto Gari means big outside reap in judo, and it is the queen of all throws. It's a great throws for kids. So step number one, I have my buddy Coach Ethan here. I'm going to grab his lapel nice and strong. I'm going to grab around his elbow, also nice and strong. I'm going to turn and make sure that I remove the slack off of his bicep so that when I actually initiate the throw, he comes with me, and I'm going to look at my watch. Step number one, I'm going to take a big step to the outside. When I take a big step to the outside, think of the upper body as me driving a big steering wheel. So I'm loading Coach Ethan up onto this leg. If this is the leg that I want to chop down or reap, I want his weight on this leg. And when I go to reap him, I want to be hip to hip. I don't want to be far away. Those are one of the issues that you have. I want to be nice and close to him. And I don't want to bend my leg. I want my leg to be as straight as possible with my toes pointing out, and I want my entire body to throw him, not just my leg. So it looks something like this. Big step to the outside, load him up on his leg, chop down his leg. Don't let go of his sleeve, end up in this position that's almost like knee on belly. So issue number one with teaching kids O Soto Gari, big outside reap, is that they don't load their partners up onto the leg that they're going to chop. So if I don't load Coach Ethan's weight onto this leg, and instead his weight is on the other leg, when I go to reap him, he just removes his leg. That is issue number one. So make sure that your kids are loading up all his weight onto this leg so that when I go to chop that leg, I actually chop it. Okay, friends, so issue number two with teaching kids O Soto Gari is that oftentimes they're so far away from their partners that there is no reaping potential or no chopping potential with this leg. Notice how awkward this looks, right? I'm exaggerating for purposes of illustration, but I'm so far away from Ethan. Even if I'm here, I'm still far away from him. So what you want your kids to do is have their hip next to his hip. So if my hip is really close to his hip, when I go to reap, I'm gonna get a strong O Soto Gari. Okay guys, so issue number three with teaching kids O Soto Gari, big outside reap, the queen of all judo throws, is that oftentimes when they go to reap, when they go to chop the leg, they actually bend their knee. They do this number. So it looks something like this. They do this number, right? And they bend their knee. The minute you bend your knee, it's like a broken baseball bat. It doesn't function as well. So make sure they keep their legs straight. So when they go to reap, I point my toes out, and my entire body, like a seesaw, actually does the throwing. So this is the position that I want to be in with O Soto Gari. That's issue number three. Issue number four with teaching kids O Soto Gari is that oftentimes when they get their grip is when I go to step in with O Soto Gari, I am stiff-armed. If I'm stiff-armed and he feels threatened, he just steps back, right? Because I didn't pull him to me, instead I pushed him away. So when doing O Soto Gari, I can't push Ethan away because every time I push him away, his leg is further away from mine. So the issue with this is you want to teach your kids to, in addition to loading them up on the leg, pulling them into you. So now I've pulled Coach Ethan into me. All right, so I didn't push him away, I pulled him into me. It's a little bit counterintuitive. You think sometimes that you should push him away, but you shouldn't. You should pull him into you. So now when I chop his leg, it's going to be a strong chop. Okay, friends, so issue number five with teaching O Soto Gari is that oftentimes with the kids, they don't know how to set it up. All right, and the setup is really simple. It should look something like this. Since I have Coach Ethan's collar and his lapel, I don't want to go straight into his throw. But instead, I want to pull this and make him dance with me. So it's really easy when I step to the outside and I pull and make him step with this leg. Once I make him step with this leg, now I start to drive the big truck, take a big step, hop, and chop it. Okay, friends, so issue number six with teaching kids O Soto Gari, there's a lot of issues, but this will help them with their O Soto Gari, is when they go into the throw and they go to reap, they curl their toes this way. When you curl your toes this way, for some reason, your other toe, the one that you're balancing on, also curls. And there's a tendency for you to lean backwards. And then your chin goes, your head goes, and everything goes. So when I step in, I want to grip the mat with my toes, which I have my stability with. And in my other leg, I want to actually point my toes out. That brings my chin slightly down, and I'm curved downwards, so that when I actually do throw them, all right, I actually throw Ethan as opposed to him reversing it and throwing me and getting in this position which he gets O Soto Gari on me. That all happens from this toe being curled up as opposed to being curled down. This is issue number 7, happens quite frequently when teaching kids O Soto Gari. There's a tendency of them throwing, and it's a good throw, and then they just let go of their partners. 1, it could hurt the partners, and 2, you lose control of your partners. So this is what you don't want them to do. It would look something like this. We just went over how to teach kids O Soto Gari, big outside reap, the queen of all judo throws, some people say. So we also went over the 7 most common issues that you find when teaching kids O Soto Gari. These are issues that they have, and we went over those. Hopefully that will improve your kids' O Soto Gari. And so leave a comment if you have any.